Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna talk you about few essential tools that you should be familiar with whenever you are working with Linux or virtual machines. So whether you are doing professional or managing server or just learning for yourself, these tools will definitely make your workflow more efficient. Alright, then let's first start by discussing PuTTY, which is one of the most widely used utilities. So PuTTY is a free open source terminal emulator primarily used for remote access to the server. In simple terms, it allows you to securely connect to other machines, typically a Linux-based system over the network using the SSH protocol. So you can think of it, you might have a Linux server running somewhere remotely, maybe in another location or even on a cloud instance. If you want to manage that system from your Windows desktop, you will need a way to connect to it. That's exactly where PuTTY comes in. So let's see how that works. So first open up your browser and you have to search for PuTTY download and then head to the official website putty.org and click on the download link. From there select the 64-bit MSI installer if you are running a 64-bit version of Windows, and it will start downloading. Once downloaded, I will simply double click on it and install it quickly. The installation is extremely straightforward. Just click next to the setup and finish it, and it's installed now. Once installed, I will open up my start menu and search for PuTTY and launch it, and you will see a simple configuration window. This is where you enter all your connection details. You can type in your hostname or the IP address of the remote machine, set the desired port number, which is by default 22 for SSH, and also choose the connection type, which in our case will be SSH. Now before we connect, we first need to grab the IP address of a Kali VM. So let's switch over to our Kali VM and I'll open up the terminal here and I'll type ifconfig, or you can also type ipaddr. This will display all the active network interfaces. In my case, the active interface is at 0, and right here you can see the IP address assigned to it. That's the IP address of a Kali VM through which we can access this server. So what we'll do next is switch back to our Windows machine and launch a PuTTY and enter the same IP address we just grabbed from a Kali VM under the hostname field and keeping the port as 22, which is the default port for SSH, and hit open to initiate the connection. And one important thing I want to tell you that you might encounter an error like connection timeout here or connection fail. It likely due to SSH service isn't enabled yet on your Kali VM. To fix that, simply switch back to your Kali VM, open up the terminal and start and enable the SSH service by typing sudo systemctl start SSH and sudo systemctl enable SSH. Then once you have started the service, you need to verify that it's actually running. So to check the current status, we will use sudo systemctl status SSH. If it shows green and say active running, that means our SSH server is up and ready to accept connection. Alright, now that our SSH server is up and running, it's time to switch back to PuTTY and try connecting again using the same IP address we grabbed from a Kali machine, and once you hit open, you will get a security alert about the server host key. That's completely normal when you are connecting for the first time. Just go ahead and click accept to continue. So as you can see here, it will prompt you to enter your username, so I'll simply enter my username. In my case, it's Kali. After that, it will ask for the password, so I'll type that in and hit enter. And there we go, we have successfully established a secure SSH session to our Kali VM using PuTTY. So once you're logged in, it will feel just like you are working directly inside your Kali VM. So you can try some basic commands to verify everything is working properly. For example, you can type pwd to check your current directory, then type hostname to view the system hostname. In my case, it will show Kali. You can also run ls to list files and directories, and who am I to confirm which user you are logged in as. Everything behaves exactly the same as it will inside your Kali VM. And before moving forward, I want to tell you one more thing. Let's say if you want to make the PuTTY interface a bit more comfortable, you can easily tweak its appearance. Just right click anywhere on the PuTTY window, go to the change setting, then appearance, and from there you can adjust the font size, style, or even switch to full screen mode for a cleaner workspace. Alright, now that we have seen how PuTTY works, let's talk about its alternatives. So let's say if you don't want to use PuTTY, or you don't actually need PuTTY every time you want to connect via SSH, what you can do instead, you can use built-in SSH client. That means you can open up your command prompt, PowerShell, or even Git Bash and connect to your remote system directly using the SSH command. It's quick, convenient, and feel a lot more seamless once you get used to it. Just all you have to do is open up your terminal and type SSH username at the rate IP address of your server. In my case, my username is Kali at the rate. My IP address is 192.168.239.137 and hit enter. The first time you connect, you will get a message asking if you trust the host or not. Just type yes and hit enter. Then it will prompt you for your password. Let me enter my password here and hit enter. And once you do, you will see that we have successfully logged into our Kali machine remotely. Now that I'm connected to the terminal, let's try some basic commands like I can run pwd here to see my current directory. Next I can type hostname to check the system hostname. In this case it will show Kali. I can also run ls here to list all my files and directories in my current location. And if you want to know which user you are logged in as, you can type who am I to see that. And as you can see that we are getting all our expected output right from a Kali environment, all through a secure SSH session. And I want to tell you one more thing is that it really doesn't matter which SSH client you use to connect, whether it's a PuTTY, command prompt, PowerShell or Git Bash. The end result is the same. You securely connected to your remote machine and can manage it just like you are right sitting in front of it. And that's it guys, you have now learned how to set up and connect to a virtual machine or any other remote server over SSH, whether you are using PuTTY or directly through the command line. And if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment if you have any doubt. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.